Morning gents, Fried Bacon here, and I've got a quick real life story, or crazy real life story as I like to say. And if you could quickly subscribe and like the video, and also check the description where it says submitquestions.weebly.com. Basically that's a place where you can ask questions about me, ask for advice where I'll analyze and provide examples of what I've done or what you should do appropriate to situation or scenario, and hopefully I can help you out. It doesn't have to be interesting, it can be basically anything. I'm looking for content and whatnot. I'm also looking for suggestions with first time stories, and yeah, I want to make this channel have a lot of stories and stuff, because the whole Call of Duty on itself gets a bit boring. The statistics of guns and stuff, they're overdone, and basically people out there probably do a better job than I do already. However, I feel that I've got a lot of experience in life and stories to share, so that's one of my strong points. So basically, yeah, if you got advice, you want any questions about games, just real life stories, craziest thing that's happened to me or something like that, please submit it to submitquestions.weebly.com. So basically, to start off the commentary, I want to say it was summer last year, and I was looking for a job, and it's pretty funny because I got the job from my brother, or he introduced me to the people at the pharmacy. Yes, I was at a pharmacy, and the funny thing is my brother's younger than me and he got me a job, which is pretty ironic. But anyway, basically I was pretty motivated because, well, I needed a bit of money, let's be honest. Teenagers, we like to spend money, don't we? So yeah, I needed a bit of money and basically perhaps a bit of experience in the working field, and also one thing, the job required you to ride around on your bike. So I don't know how to say this, but another motivation was to kind of keep fit. I was fit at the time, it's just like something to do with my bike, an objective. And yeah, so basically I was working there for a few weeks or so. It was pretty casual, it was just like 1 or 2 days a week, and basically I just started, yeah, obviously a few weeks ago or something, so I was new to the job. Anyway, the job description was basically rock up 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you just waited for a few paperwork things to be finished, you got your bag packed to the max, probably 2 or 3 bags actually, and you had to go around the neighborhoods or surrounding neighborhoods and deliver drugs, or prescription drugs or medication, specifically to old people, but also to lazy people that could not be bothered coming to the pharmacy and getting their medication, or people that were unwell, or you know. So there's a whole array of people that I was working with. Yeah, and obviously some people are just lazy, and my pharmacy offered the delivery for free, so you could say people were not encouraged, but they gave tips more often because they weren't paying for the service, they were only paying for the items, so it got to their house alright, and usually on time when I was there. So yeah, I had to ride around, deliver and whatnot. Anyway, so I've done a few deliveries of the day. There's a house probably 500 meters from the pharmacy, so I left it to last, right, because it's pretty close. So I rode there, put the bike down. I usually just chuck it anywhere, which is probably a stupid idea, someone could steal it, but yeah, I chucked it anywhere, and basically I opened my bag, got the package out, and I read the address just to verify I was at the right place, and yeah, and I was within 2 hours of working, so yeah, it wasn't late or anything. So anyway, specifically on the label it said the address, but also had in bold letters back door, and I had no clue what this meant. So, well, I did, but I was like, am I supposed to do this? It's because the gates were locked, The house was pretty secluded in a sense, and it just didn't feel right. So anyway, I basically, you know, went around the black door, opened it, it did open, and I came out and I was basically walking up to a back door. And I look in the door and I see, well, I knock on it actually, and I see a man sitting down, and he gives me the signal to come in. And it's kind of policy. It wasn't talked about much, but you don't really go into the house. You want to stay out of the house and just deliver the items. You're not supposed to jump in, but by the looks of it, he was sitting down and he couldn't get up. It looked like he was eating dinner or something. So I came in with the item, and I'm like, there you are, have a good day. And I noticed he was naked. He was sitting there naked, and I was like, what the fudge, what am I doing here? Like, this is pretty weird. Like, and you know, I've walked into this guy's house and he's sitting down, and I looked, and basically he was in a wheelchair, so it was like, shit, you know, it's not his fault he's naked. Yeah, so basically he was naked, sitting there eating dinner. So he's eating dinner, and I'm just stunned that he's naked. So I just kind of lend out my hand to him with the package, and he's eating, of course. He's got cutlery in his hands, and basically he starts trying to mumble something, but he's eating, and literally it felt like so long, but he was trying to chew this piece of food, but he couldn't. It took like a minute, and I was just waiting there awkwardly, trying to stand properly, as in, you know, that awkward, like, you don't know where to stand. That was basically me. I was like, shit, what do I do in this situation? This guy's naked, and he's, obviously, it's not his fault, but it's pretty weird. And he's sitting there, so basically, I just stand there, and when he finishes, he starts mumbling, "Tell Eric something, something," and I didn't hear it, and I was like, well, and just to give you an update, Eric is the owner of the pharmacy, so it's like, this must be important. And basically, he's like, "Tell Eric," he's like, "Tell Eric," what, I don't know how to put his voice, but he was saying, "Tell Eric," and he kept mumbling, and it's like, "My dad died." And just as I thought, it couldn't get any worse. This guy's naked, he's in a wheelchair, he's not looking well, he's pretty big, like, he's pretty fat. It was just an awkward situation, and he tells me that his dad has recently died. And it's just not the best thing what you want to hear. I just wanted a bit of money, didn't want to deal with this kind of stuff. So yeah, I was pretty stunned. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing naked? And then this guy tells me his dad's dead. He has no hope in talking while eating. It's just a bit of a disaster of a shift. So basically, once that happened, I got out there and I told myself, I'm not jumping in anyone else's again. It's just not good. And yeah, but basically I just rode home, or rode to the pharmacy to get paid, told Eric about the bad news, and yeah, it's not ideal, but it was a pretty weird thing. Like, you imagine that at someone's random house, him sitting there naked, in a wheelchair, can't get the words out for at least a minute, and you're just standing there. It's bloody weird. Like, I know the guy probably hasn't done wrong, but far out, why do I have to suffer that? Anyway, I did, and it didn't affect me that much, so all is well. So, more videos coming soon. Please submit your questions, really. And if you're here, please like. Cheers.